Okay, I think we're live. All right, greetings. I haven't done this. Actually, I haven't really done this. I don't know that I did a while ago. Regardless, this is going to just be a collective check-in. I'm going to start doing these. Go over to my YouTube Angels of Vega, all one word, for the individual signs. I do all 12 signs every single week over there. I am going to start doing live collective readings on here on Valerie from Vega. So right off the bat, I was hearing Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake. Don't be so quick to walk away. Dance with me. I want to rock your body to the light of day. So someone here could be a dancer. Someone really likes the way you move. Someone wants to dance with you. Now, I do have to say though, the energy that this was really giving off is this can be someone who, so say for example, someone really loves dancing. They really love choreography. They feel like they're really good. But when it comes to performance, they get stage fright. This can be someone who is a rapper or a singer, an artist of sorts, a musician, and they love playing like in the privacy of their home or their family, and they're really good in the privacy of their home or their family. But as soon as, you know, you talk about them putting on performance or being on stage, they get stage fright. So there's something here where there is like a gap. Someone is a little bit delulu. It's like someone feels that they're meant to be something, but they don't even have the confidence or the experience under their belt to have the confidence to do that thing in front of large crowds. So someone here just needs to go ahead and start. You know, I'm also seeing, oh my gosh, Sasha Sultana. Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on how. Oh, it's really gonna bother me. She is Sasha. Oh my gosh. I am totally blanking on her name. I feel like she's, what is she? Maybe Australian or something? I don't know. Regardless, she does the whole like, you know, has loop pedals and she does multiple instruments and does multiple things. And then Tosh Sultana. I think it's Tosh Sultana. I'm pretty sure that's her name. Regardless, she just did street, what is it, like buffing or whatever, wherever you just go play out on the street. And she got noticed and picked up that way. But, you know, she just put herself out there. So someone here needs to really just put themselves out there. It's like someone knows that they have a gift for something, that they're really good at something. But if they don't put themselves out there to get the practice for that thing and performing that thing, then it's just never going to happen. And so someone here, it's like, there's being a fire lit under somebody to actually get out there and start performing, start producing, start doing the thing. You know, one of my favorite quotes that I always used to tell my yoga students is the only difference between the master and the novice is the master has tried more than the master has tried more than the novice has, or has failed more than the novice has tried. So something here, it's like someone isn't even trying. Meanwhile, the masters that they look up to have failed more times than they have even tried at something. You know, it's also the other metaphor I'm getting is the adage, you know, saying you're not flexible enough to do yoga is like saying you're too dirty and filthy to take a shower. Like that doesn't make sense, right? And so there's something here where what someone knows, the seed in their heart, the seed of what they're meant to be doing, what God has put them on this planet to do, there's a huge gap between that coming into fruition because of insecurities, stories, you know, being like, well, I'm not good enough yet. It's like, it doesn't happen that way. You just have to, I'm hearing it being thrown into the lion's den, thrown to the wolves, something about den, lions, wolves, lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. I don't know. There's this energy though of it's like someone is really good at something, but they're only good in the privacy of their home, and they feel like they just freeze like a deer in headlights. Be careful about deer in headlights. You know, we do have a lot of retrogrades going on, so you know, I am out in the country, so I actually see deer all the time. You know, I saw a baby fawn actually yesterday, and it was, I swear, it was like the size of a poodle. I was like, I've never seen a doe that small. Now, someone here may be nervous to put something out there because of, you know, naysayers or an old teacher. This can be like the singer who's like, well, I don't put myself out there because my teacher in high school said that my voice sucked, that I was horrible. This can be like a dancer who doesn't really put their stuff out there because they're like, well, my dance teacher said that I suck. You know, it's like someone here is like holding on to words that don't mean anything from things of the past, and someone needs to just kind of delete that. This can also be, you know, someone who's like, well, I'm not putting myself out there to date because I feel like I'm not thin enough. My last partner said that I was too large or something. And it's like there's someone out there that actually loves you the shape you are. I'm actually hearing that song, I'm in love with the shape of you. Who sings that? The Shape of You. God, I can't think of his name because I don't really listen to that kind of music. I'm more of an oldies R&B kind of girly. Yeah, so yes, this can work, but adjustments need to be made. Again, someone needs a plan, someone needs a set schedule. You know, I have a set schedule and I've been dealing with moving and a lot of different things in the last couple of weeks. So what I do is I have a list of 10 things that I ideally on a perfect day, it's the perfect day, nothing standing in my way. Okay, perfect day, dun, 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 dun. Okay, so that's from Legally Blonde. You know, in that, everyone makes fun of her because they feel, so it's like someone severely underestimating someone because they think that they're dumb or they think that they're this. This is also judging a book by its cover. Yeah, I mean, Ascension, A Brand New Me, Betrayal, Animalistic. So it's like someone is projecting onto someone because of their own animalistic, lustful, carnal, primal way of viewing things. It's like someone here who isn't tapped into spirit is just looking at something for face value, but it's not even face value. They're looking at something from a very superficial viewpoint. And they're sorely mistaken. But again, it's like, let God deal with it. It's, you know, that's not for us to deal with. That's just how I always am anyway. Whenever people come at me with the whole religious thing, I'm like, were the prophets not doing exactly what this is? Because I'm pretty sure they were. But regardless, you imposing in my personal space and trying to tell me that God has told you personally what I'm supposed to do with my life is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, can we all agree with really how ridiculous that is? Like, God is not going to tell, hey, so-and-so, can you tell Valerie over here that she's not doing that right? Hey, can you tell Valerie for me? That's not how that works. Like, every individual person should have their own relationship with God. And if someone is trying to tell you what God's plan for you is, then that just shows their own narcissism and arrogance. So people out themselves. Yeah, talk is cheap. Someone here, you know what else is funny? There's something else going on here. I'm hearing, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Someone here tried to get someone caught up in a tizzy. I'm hearing tizzy. As a horsewoman, I just think of tis now. It's like a bloodline. So something about bloodlines, royal bloodlines. Someone here, their bloodline is made to do something, meant to do something, and maybe you do something different. This can be something where it's like the family business, or everyone in the family is a doctor, everyone in the family is a this and this. You know, and someone is going away from the norm. Buck the norm is what I'm hearing. Someone here is definitely meant to do energy work, and maybe a family that is more made up of doctors, lawyers, bankers, more like normal things, hotel people, literally energy work. You know, I spent a time period where it was kind of awkward with my family members, but after they saw that I was consistently doing this and that it wasn't going to change, then, you know, things smooth over. So there's also something here where it's like, you can't reason with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Like, people can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves, but people can also only meet you based off of their own experiences and their own preferences. So it's like, if, you know, if there's not alignment there, then you really can't reason with them. Someone here is also sad that they missed out. Someone here is sad that they were sorely mistaken. Someone had a chance to hire you in the past. Someone had a chance to date you in the past. Someone had a chance to befriend you in the past. And it's like what they chose over you just was spilled milk. You know, it really didn't pan out. But this is karmic justice. You know, every rejection is always a redirection and protection. You know, when me and the horses moved just last weekend, it's funny because there was like a few places that I was deciding between, and this one person, it's actually hilarious because he's supposedly some pastor. And I knew that he was like creeping on my social media and stuff. And so he saw that I do this kind of thing. And I was like, this is interesting. Let's see how this pans out. So he told me that, you know, we could move my horses on a certain date. And then he never responded back to me about setting up correspondence to actually trailer them and move them. So I naturally went in a different direction, which I already knew I was going to go in a different direction anyway. And then I gave him 3 dates that would work for me for moving my horses. And he never responded. And after 2 of the dates of the 3 dates that I gave him passed, he messaged me at like 10 p.m. the night before the final 3rd date. And he was like, good evening, Valerie. What time can me and my wife come by and pick up your horses to bring them here tomorrow? And I sent him this message that I was like, you know, this is in poor taste, and I see you, like, I called him out essentially and was like, you know, how my business went elsewhere because you were clearly playing with me and you were clearly screwing me over, and you knew that you were screwing me over because you stopped communicating with me. You literally didn't get back to me on which of the 3 dates would work for you, and you waited until the first 2 dates passed entirely and then 10 p.m. the night before the last date. I'm sorry, but how delusional are you that you think that I would allow my horses, my children, to be like up in the air like that with a living situation? So this can be like an employer or even a housing situation, or someone that wanted to bring someone like right to the minute, the last minute of something, and they feel like you're needy on them, or they feel like you need them. It's like someone feels like they want to express some sort of control or power over you, power over a situation. And, you know, meanwhile in the background, you're moving things around, and it's like you're not going to rely on them anyway. It's like you didn't show all of your cards. But this is a season where the collective is being called out to call people out, to not just let things go under the rug. It's like this is a season, this Mercury retrograde, we have 5 retrogrades right now, is a time where people are meant to literally call people out on their shit. Like, call people out on their shit. And I'm someone who doesn't really like to cuss. I really don't. But this is a season of call people out on their shit, because people are full of shit and they need to be called out that they're full of shit and that you see that they're full of shit. And when you do it in a respectful manner and you have all of your bullet points lined up, then it just shows in their face just how full of shit they are. And to me, it was just really disgusting that someone who is a pastor and who is some hoity-toity la-di-da, da-da-da-da, literally was trying to like screw me over and hang me up in some sort of way and get my horses in a bad situation. Like, I'm sorry, you're full of shit, and I'm just gonna let God handle you, because I know that's exactly what's gonna happen. Meanwhile, I already had a perfect setup already set up for my horses, and you know, some other people did that to me too. Yeah, there's a lot of hilarious situations. Like, this other guy who works for his dad's local feed store sent me some really disgusting messages, like really disgusting messages, okay? Disgusting messages. So again, someone out here is just trying to, you know, sleep with someone, trying to be a who, or just trying to get like sexy pics. So this guy sent me some really nasty text messages. I screenshotted them and I saved them because I know what a family guy he is, and he always claims he's like a churchy guy. And while he was sitting next to his mother in church one Sunday and he was messaging me some raunchy things, I screenshotted him what he sent me, which was way too dirty for me to say here. It was, yeah, it was just very explicit. We'll say it that way. And I screenshotted it in the screenshot of the texts in a Facebook message to his mom. And I was like, I wonder what your mother would think if I sent this to her while she's sitting next to you in church. And he like blew up my phone. Like, how could you do that? How could you? And I'm like, dude, we're in our mid-30s. Like, how are you this immature? So again, this is a season where we really need to just call people out on their shit. And I didn't send it to his mom because I'm not that petty and catty, but it's just, I am so sick of people seeing me, and because I look a certain way, they assume certain things about me. Like, that just doesn't fly. I'm not okay with that. I'm not gonna let that slip under the rug. I'm gonna call you the fuck out. I'm going to stand on business, like Justin Bieber, standing on business. But seriously, this is a season where it's like people who are used to getting away with stuff like that, people who are used to, you know, talking to women in disrespectful ways, older men who are pastors and so respectful, who are actually disrespectful, arrogant assholes, need to be called the fuck out right now. And this is a season where that's happening. And it's, I mean, literally, it's meant to happen online. It's like people who want to keep others in a state of confusion and a state of needing them. You know, there's a lot of karmic retribution right now. And really what it is, I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's like someone here is just so, it's a happiness hater. Someone is just so upset that someone actually relishes in self-care. It's like people can think that I'm stuck up or this or that, when in actuality, I just take care of myself and I take care of my family. And if it makes me stuck up, so be it. But it's not stuck up to take care of myself and take care of my family. It's not in any way, shape, or form. And I will always protect them, and I will always be 10 steps ahead, because God makes sure that I'm 10 steps ahead. So people can't fuck me over in ways that those two men, boys, little children, tried to fuck me over. And, you know, it's funny because well, not only are they missing out on business, on money, pentacles, but it's like their workload is also tenfold, because every situation that I've ever had my horses in, I always help everyone else out. I always leave every situation 10 times better, 10 times cleaner than how I approach that situation. That's just how I am. And my animals are incredibly well behaved, incredibly well trained. And again, that's just because I love and I care for them. So there's a situation here where someone is sorely mistaken. An employer is missing out on someone who does the work of 3 people. It's like you could do the work of 3 people. They wanted to screw you over, and now they're stuck with someone who doesn't even do the work of 1 person. They're stuck with someone who's an imbecile, who like doesn't actually do their work, isn't passionate about it, doesn't really remember how to do things. Someone can be stuck with tenants who are lazy, who are dirty, who don't pay their bills on time. It's just a karmic retribution cycle of that right now, and it's actually freaking hilarious, I think. But you know, it's like these people are just doing it to themselves. These people are literally just doing it to themselves. Literally. So yeah, we have conflict, chaos, challenges, constrictions, and restrictions, which again is exactly what retrogrades are. So someone here is trying to create conflict, chaos, challenges, and restrictions on somebody. 555, big changes. This can be a situation where someone doesn't want to move. Well, I'm sorry, it's time for you to move. Someone doesn't want to leave a job. I'm sorry, it's time for you to get that new job. Someone doesn't want to get divorced because it's cheaper to keep her. Nope, no, it's not. You're going to find out during this season it's really not. There's a situation that needs to change. And this is also a situation where, you know, someone can be in a profession because they feel like the paycheck is secure, or that, you know, that job will always be around. And you know, this is the season that job, that paycheck can get yanked out from under them. It's like someone might think there's a lot of safety in a 9-to-5, and even though they've been told their whole life that they need to be an entrepreneur and open up that restaurant or open up that business, or really, you know, so like dive into their instrument, their craft, they haven't been doing that. And it's like, this is a season where if you don't make that change, if you don't make the jump, God's going to do something and force you to jump at this time. That's just unfortunately how it is. It's like, if you didn't listen to the green light when you had it previously, well, you know, now you're just going to get forced into that. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, so it's Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, man sharpens man. We are all being pushed through a spiritual, mental, and emotional workout at this time. One of the best ways to help with this is exercise, to transmute and transform energy. I just have a little small trampoline, a little rebounder. I got it for like $15 on Facebook Marketplace. And every like 7 to 9 readings that I do for my clients all day, I'll jump on that thing and listen to podcasts or listen to music for like 10 to 15 minutes. And honestly, it's an amazing workout. But especially like it's been raining all day today. You know, it's a small thing. You could fit that in a tiny home. You could fit that, heck, in if you lived in a bus. You know, you really don't need that much space. You can fit it in a tiny bedroom. If you just rent a room somewhere, you really don't need that much space. This is a time where you could also be seeing a lot of 1s, 2s, and 7s. 1s is all about the individual. 2, obviously partnership, harmony, DNA, feeding in. 7 is all about spirit, connecting to spirituality. This is a time where, you know, so I like to look at it as the Bermuda Triangle. We are only as strong as the weakest of those 3 points. So the 3 points are our physical vessel, our mental and emotional vessel, and then our spiritual vessel. And every day, whenever I'm journaling, I check in with myself and I'm like, all right, Valerie, which of those 3 facets is the weakest and which one needs the most nurture today? Ideally, obviously, I would like to feed all 3 of them. However, some days I just don't have the capacity, or some days I have too many responsibilities. As I was saying at the beginning of this reading that I didn't quite get to, that I got off on a different tangent, I make a list of 10 things that ideally in the perfect day I would like to achieve. And even if I only do 3 of those things, I'm still laying bricks on the foundation that I know God has put before me that he desires me to go down. On an average day, I do about 5 of those things. On an above average day, I do about 7 or 8 of those things on that list. And then, you know, maybe 3 or 4 days of a whole month, I'll do all 10 things on that list. So what those things look like, playing my harp, dancing, riding my horses, doing readings, rebounding, going on a walk, journaling, you know, things like that. Someone wants to a blast from the past, someone wants to come back. That's because they're trapped. This can be an employer, again, that didn't really see someone's worth. Now they want to offer someone a token of appreciation. Someone wants someone back. This can also be, obviously, a relationship. I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde, so this is when exes and things from the past come back around. But Spirit's advice is throw them to the litter box, because they didn't respect you the first time around. They didn't want to give you your flowers the first time around. What makes you think that they're really different? What is the saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, so there's definitely a strong warning here to, it's in the past for a reason. Yes, people can grow and change. That's fine. You can want them to eat, but not at your table. Let them eat at the table over there. Yeah, because someone has heavy distractions. Someone can be an addict. Someone can, be obviously have avoidant behavior, but someone here can definitely have a substance issue. Something is hitting them like a slingshot. Now, what's also funny here is this can be someone who tried to get someone away from you because they said that you had a substance issue. I've had this lie about me. And it's funny because I've said so many times, when I was in Florida with the horses, I was like, I wish that anyone would have drug tested me because they would have, and then would have drug tested the people who were trying to pin things on me because they would have popped hot and I would have been clean. So, but of course they're not going to do that because they're too scared to actually see the truth of the situation. So instead of actually seeing the actuality and bringing the law into it and actually doing that, which would have proven that I was right in that case and that those people were the ones that had issues, that wouldn't fit their narrative. So it's like someone here doesn't actually want the truth. Hence why I said at the beginning, you can't reason with someone who is committed to misunderstanding you. You can't reason with someone who is committed to a story that they're placing on you and about you. You cannot reason with that. So that is why it's worthless to have any conversation. And that's why it's always best to just pull out and allow God to do what he will with people, because he will. He will, trust me. There's something like that. Let go and let God. Like that is the saying for the reason. That is a saying for a reason. Yeah, you are gold. There's a golden opportunity around the corner, 3 to 6 months. I'm hearing a moment like this. Some people wait a lifetime. So yeah, there's a moment like this, a fairy tale opportunity, something that is golden, well done. So this is giving the vibes of something from 3 to 7 years ago coming around. Now this can be something that you have picked up, you work on it for a bit, you don't see any forward movement, you have to pay your bills, you have to do your adult responsibilities, so you set that thing aside. It's like a musician who's, always played a certain thing or has always enjoyed something, or someone who's been writing that book but they just put it down, they never really finish it. This is a season of finishing. I'm hearing finish him, finisher, the finisher? Okay, something about finishing. Sagittarius and Virgo energy is also coming through, so what, that is end of August through September, end of November into December. This can also be someone, though, with strong Sagittarius or Virgo in their chart. 888, 8s are all about refinement, self-mastery. It is the diamond energy. It is perfecting something, rough, tough, and tumble is how you get that extra shine. So it's like the more chaos that lovers, friends, family, or old coworkers put you through, the more shine, the more you became a diamond. And now something is gold, now something is ready. It's ready to be mined. Dig, 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 I dig, 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 dig. Someone is digging you, dig, someone could have taken a dig at you. I don't know, something about digging, or dig it, chop wood, carry water. There's something here about staying power and consistency. The golden hour, something about golden hour. Yeah, so someone is in the in-between. Someone's about to make a big leap. And we'll just end it there. Bless you guys.